Welcome to another Flashpoint campaign Southern Storm video. This after-action report covers the brothers-in-arms scenario set during the late Cold War period in the wargame Flashpoint campaign's Southern Storm. The scenario is premised on an attack of the East German 7th Panzer Division in the Hof corridor against an armored cavalry troop and West German Panzer Grenadier unit. I'll be playing as NATO, comprising the 102nd West German Panzer Grenadier Infantry Battalion, supported by the 1st Squadron, 2nd Armored Cavalry Regiment. To begin with, let's deal with the operational plan. Within the area of operations there are 3 towns: Kodnitz, Neuenmark, and Freiburg. NATO forces will be securing the south, whereas East German forces will be appearing from the north. It's anticipated that the East German advance with armor and mechanized troops will be coming south along the B303 highway towards the town of Neuenmark and Freiburg. To halt them, I will deploy the cavalry tanks in the town of Neuenmark and the Panzer Grenadiers in Freiburg. I must be wary of a flanking attack along the west flank towards Kodnitz. I must maintain a sufficient screen to warn of any impending attack there. Hopefully, my tanks and infantry will hold them off on the east flank, and I can react to any changes in the attack of the East Germans if necessary. Moving closer in to the town of Neuenmark and Freiburg, I will deploy the Panzer Grenadiers in both of the towns with orders to engage as far out as possible. I will deploy both platoons of tanks, one inside the town of Neuenmark and another on the left-hand side to flank any advancing East German units. Let's dive into the battle and begin the deployment. The East Germans will attack from the top of the map. You can see that I have deployed 2 Panzer Grenadier companies in the urban terrain to maximize their cover. I intend to set up a kill zone by setting up ambush positions in the town of Neuenmark on the surrounding forest and hill. I must be careful to guard against a possible flank attack on the west-hand side, and as a result I will position several screens of the Bradley IFV scouts from the cavalry troop on the west-hand side. I believe I must concentrate my tanks so that they are not overwhelmed. I think I can stall any flank attack if it comes on the left-hand side, or relocate my panzer infantry in time. Let's hope I do not have to worry. At 2000 hours, the first East German troops are spotted by my dug-in West German Panzer Grenadier infantry. American cavalry troops rush into their assigned battle position. At 2002, the Panzer Grenadiers spot several East German BMPs and manage to knock them out with their malign anti-tank missiles. 2006, the Abrams tanks have taken up their assigned positions and begin digging in. A few minutes later, the Abrams managed to get their first tank kills. It seems the enemy is advancing along the B303 highway on the right flank. This is what I had anticipated and have positioned my tanks to deal with.
Oh. Oh. Dale. Oh. Dale. Dale. Up. Three. Ready.
2014, my cavalry troops on the west flank spot an enemy armored column advancing. It's not clear where they are headed, and I'll have to wait and see.
Gunner, missile, tank, on, fire! Tank, fire! Target, tank, fire! Target.
At 2016, it's clear the western columns are advancing south along the valley. I need to urgently order forces to cover the flank. My forces positioned there are not suitable to hold them. Do I split my tank forces? That is the question. At 2019, my Bradley Scouts troops engage the first tank forces on the west flank. It appears that we can hold them for now. Two groups of East German tanks are advancing in the north. I think my Abrams are holding well. I hope they have sufficient ammunition. 2028, it's clear that the forces on the west flank are not holding. I've taken losses. We need to reinforce them. The east flank and the center is holding. I can afford to redeploy some infantry and some Bradley cavalry troops to the west flank urgently. At 2035, my orders for a redeployment of infantry are transferred. I hope they reach the position in time. 2046, almost an hour into the fight, the tempo of the battle is increasing. I've lost several Bradley scouts, but my redeployed infantry have reached a blocking position. In the north, the fighting is heavy. My Abrams platoon on the east of Nürnberg is running out of ammunition. At 2052, the Soviet forces seize all resistance. It's clear from the results that the Soviets have lost over 70% of their forces. Their morale has crumbled. Their command and control is non-existent. NATO forces have claimed more than 73 tanks and 30 armored personnel carriers, but still have 89% of their own units still in good order. Looking at the casualties, it shows that the most casualties were suffered by the Bradley Scouts on the left flank from the advancing East German tanks. Only one Bradley IFV was totally destroyed. All other vehicles are recoverable in some capacity. I was extremely fortunate that East German forces on the left flank did not overwhelm and run riot behind my lines. To that end, the Bradleys, while vulnerable once discovered, had excellent long-range anti-tank fire that weakened East German tanks. I was lucky that the East German forces caved when they did. Otherwise, my lines of communication would have been overrun and my forces would have been cut off. Looking at the key units to this battle, my 2 tank platoons were crucial. One platoon destroyed more than 20 tanks, but was critically low on ammo. The other held the line in the middle of the field. It's difficult to decide whether to hold back one tank platoon to act as a reserve and hold the left flank, or to deploy it in support of the other tank platoon to ensure that, had it run out of ammo, it was not a total loss. As it turns out, had the East Germans managed to survive longer, no doubt my forces would have been in grave danger.